Okay, friends, so I had just about decided I was not going to video the wrap or the making the sushi tonight because I'm tired, and even though all I had to do was spread the rice and roll it up, I just wasn't feeling it. So I've already put the rice down, which you're going to see shortly. You put your sushi on a plastic wrapped bamboo mat. It's the best way to do it. This is that filling that I made last night that you saw. And then you just take the mat and you start to roll the sushi. So basically you grab hold of the mat, you use your fingers to help hold the other side down, and then roll and squeeze. And as you can see, there's the rice. I didn't do a great job of getting it spread, but it'll work. Roll and squeeze. Now some people bring the mat underneath the roll as you're going, but every time I do that, it like gets stuck and I can't get it out. And then you just finish it up by continuing the rolling and squeezing. And I ran out of room, so it didn't work out quite as well as it could have, but that's okay because we can actually fix that. I am going to go ahead and finish rolling it and giving it a good squeeze as I do so. And there you have it. Some of the filling decided to, as I squeezed, to pop out. I need to get my cutting board. Okay, so now before I actually start cutting it, I'm going to move this out of the way. Oopsie. This is why I've never videotaped, because I don't really have enough. I'm going to take some, for this particular roll, we're going to take some plastic wrap. We're going to take the roll and, oh, foo, I haven't put the, okay, hang on. I'm not ready for this yet, so let me put this over to the side. Forgot to cut the avocado. This is the dragon roll, the green dragon roll. So I'm going to do that and try and peel it carefully. Normally I scoop it out, but this is the way the sushi chef that I watched make this last night did it. Just carefully peel off the skin. It worked actually really well. Then you take your knife and you thinly slice it. Trying to do it very carefully so it stays together and doesn't stick to my knife like it normally does. Now this next part, once I get this all sliced, is going to be what's going to be difficult for me because I've never done this. I'm going to pause while I finish slicing. Okay, so I've got the avocado sliced. I've got the roll here. Now the secret is, from what I saw, is you fan this out. Not sure how you're supposed to do that, but I'm going to try. Fan this out and carefully lay it on your roll. This is not going to be pretty. I can see that already because it's sliding right off. Okay, so I've never made this, like I said, so we're just going to kind of lay it carefully upon the roll as it continues to slide away. And this is why I just about decided I wasn't going to do this. Stop sliding. I am definitely not a pro at this. All right, and it looks like I'm going to need the other half of this, so let me go ahead and I just threw the seed on the floor, but I'll go find it later. Rolled right up underneath the cabinet. And even though the floor is clean, I am not going to go pick it up while I'm in the middle of this. since I still have some room here, I'm not going to be quite as careful with the way I'm slicing it this time, since it's not working the way it's supposed to anyway. We're just going to hope it looks halfway decent. I'll take this one off, put it back on later. This is working much better this way. It's not getting away from me this time, at least. All right, I think we are just about there. One more piece. Okay, I did it, sort of. Not exactly perfect or pretty or anything like that, but all right, so then what we do is we take the plastic wrap and wrap it around it, according to this chef, like I said. We're gonna roll it up very carefully in the plastic wrap, trying to get it in there nice and snug. Some of this avocado sneaking off of this end. Just slide it back in there. We keep rolling. I'm going to take a piece off because it is really not cooperating well. And keep rolling until it's all the way rolled up. And then what he did is he took the ends. I'm going to just go ahead and take that off too. He took the ends of the plastic wrap and twisted firmly on both sides to get it. Fingers are all slippery from getting the avocado off. Like I said, this is not super pretty, but hopefully it's going to taste really good. So get that rolled up and snug. There we go. All right, now that we have it rolled, this is when he actually started slicing it. Let me turn this around so I don't have to move the avocado and get my hands messy. All right, and then I just sharpened this again. Make sure there's nothing on it. I'm gonna get a wet paper towel too, so I can wipe off anything from the knife as I go. All right, and then he just sliced away right through the plastic wrap. Not all the way through to the bottom though. And this is why you want a wet paper towel, because the rice will kind of get stuck to it, as well as the filling. And then you just unwrap it. Carefully, of course. That actually turned out pretty good, considering the fact that I had so much trouble getting the avocado to stick to it. I'm impressed with myself. All right, and then we'll just plate it. Okay, and there's the green dragon roll. Now I'm gonna do the other one, and I'll show you how to do the rice with that one. Okay, so let me move the camera back just a little bit so you can get a better picture. Okay, so when you do sushi, you want the shiny side down. Now it's hard sometimes to tell which is the shiny side down or the shiny side. This is when, because you want the rice to stick to this more dry side. So the dry side is more bumpy, for lack of a better way to put it, where this is more smooth. So the rice is going to stick to this side very well. All right, so I'm gonna reach in here and I'm gonna grab some of my sushi rice. I'm just going to, did I put that down wrong? I did. Okay, I need to turn it this way, so, because you want, usually they have strip or perforations cut in them to help you cut them kind of evenly. And so your sushi rice is sushi rice. You want to use room temperature. You don't want to use super hot and you don't want to use super cold. So I actually cooked this last night and put it in the refrigerator in the back after I seasoned it with, I believe I told you already, rice vinegar, some mirin, a little bit of, I used coconut palm sugar. You can use maple syrup, but I was trying to go refined sugar-free. You want to dip your hands in water to help keep the rice from sticking to you. And you want to just spread it as evenly as possible. You want to leave a little bit of an edge all the way around it. You can go all the way to the edges, the sides, but you don't want to get too awfully close as you saw things start to fall out of it as you're rolling it and pressing it. You really aren't supposed to press the rice quite as much as I am, but you know what? It's not spreading as easily as I would like it to. And I think I didn't make quite enough rice, but we're going to have to spread it a little bit more thinly, which is fine. It'll be fine, just because we're going to leave a pretty good sized border up at the top anyway. I think we've almost got it. This one is not going to be rice outside, it's going to be rice inside, which is the way I normally make sushi rolls. It's another reason that I was a little hesitant to make the green dragon roll, but I think it turned out pretty good, all things considered. Oh, no more rice stuck in there. It's okay, I've got some thick spots here so I can get that. This is kind of like a kimbap, Korean sushi roll, but it's not, because I'm still using the sushi rice, or my regular Japanese sushi rice. All right, so now that I've got the rice spread all the way down, and you can see that nice border right there, you have the option of putting some sesame seeds on it. I'm going to put a little bit of black and a little bit of white, just because I happen to like sesame seeds in my sushi. I did not toast these because I like them just fine raw. Okay, and then I'm going to put some white ones on it too. That's too many. So I kind of randomly sprinkle those on there. Maybe just a few more over here. Okay, so now that I've got I do still have some avocado that I'm going to use. Those couple of pieces that got away earlier. Down there. Try to do this one-handed. So you want to start with, actually I don't want to put that on yet. I'm going to start with, typically, your firmer vegetables first. I'm using some red pepper strips. Oh, I forgot to get the carrots out of the fridge. Cucumbers, you can pile them on top of each other, a couple of them. I really like cucumbers in sushi, so I'm going to put all of those on there. Let me go grab my carrots real quick. They were hiding under a bag of salad. Alright, I'm just going to spread some of these on. I'm not going to put too many because they're extra crunchy. And as you can see, this is how I cheated. I got the shredded carrots from Sprouts. Put that over here somewhere. All right, now I'm gonna put on my avocado. I don't want to spread it all out too much, so I'm going to put them right on top of that. And then I'm also going to put some spring onion, because I really like onions in my sushi. I've already cut those up too. Throw a couple of green pieces in there. And I cut these long, so they would just be fine. And then I'm gonna get some of those pickled radish that I told you, daikon radish that I told you about. I'm only gonna put one slice wide down. Okay, so there we have it. And now we are going to do the same thing that we did with the dragon roll. We're gonna take the mat, pull it up, make sure the filling stays inside. Give it a good roll and squeeze. That avocado is trying to get away again. And of course, I will have to wash this because, as you can see, I mashed the avocado into it. Just keep rolling until you get to the edge. And once you get to here, you take a little bit of water. About the only thing different between this and kimbap is is that they typically brush sesame oil on the outside of it once it's rolled up. And since we're doing an oil-free version, look at that beautiful roll. I didn't want to do that. Okay. This cutting board down again, which still has avocado all over it. I need to get the daikon out of the way. All right, and we are going to start cutting. Now, with this one, I'm going to cut it in about the middle. That looks pretty close. You need a very sharp knife when you're cutting sushi of any kind, be it with meat or veggie or whatever. And then once you've cut that one, you're going to, I usually do it this way. I cut it in half again. Right in between. And then if I feel like those are too big, which I do, I cut them in half again. Because I want these one-biters, I want them to just be popped in your mouth and good to go. Okay, let me go ahead and plate that. These I'm going to actually, I didn't get all the way through one of them. Probably because I've got the curved knife. There we go. And plate these like that. Kind of like you would get in a restaurant. Just a spot on this one too. No big deal. Easy resolution. And ta-da, we're done. All right, I'm gonna serve this with, for hubby, just plain soy sauce. For me, I'm gonna put some wasabi paste in it because I really like wasabi paste in my soy sauce. And it's a new thing I learned. And then we will enjoy. Have a great night.